What if everything we've been taught about the Earth is wrong? What if our planet isn't solid, nor empty, but alive, breathing, shifting, and hiding something deep beneath our feet? For centuries, explorers, scientists, and secret societies have whispered the same impossible idea, that another world exists inside our own, a world of light and life, buried miles below. The mystery of the poles. The story begins where few have ever been, the poles. At the top and bottom of the planet lie two of the most restricted regions on Earth. Entire flight paths are banned. Satellite maps are blurred. Even Google Earth hides them under soft digital paint. Governments claim it's because of magnetic interference, unpredictable weather, or navigation safety. But the truth? No one, not even most scientists, can explain what's really there. Magnetic anomalies, the invisible pull. In the 1940s, pilots flying over the Arctic reported instruments spinning out of control, as if something beneath them was pulling the compass itself. One aircraft described seeing what looked like a massive opening in the ice, glowing faintly from within, and then silence. The radio went dead. It was never heard from again, the science that doesn't add up. According to modern geology, the Earth's core is a dense, molten sphere, thousands of degrees hotter than the surface. But some seismic readings show echoes, hollow gaps, as if the waves are bouncing off empty space. NASA has also detected heat escaping from beneath the Antarctic crust, in places with no volcanic activity at all. If the core is perfectly sealed, how can that be? Science, it seems, still has holes of its own. The original theorists in 1692, the English astronomer Edmund Halley, yes, the one behind Halley's Comet, proposed that Earth might contain multiple concentric shells, each with its own atmosphere and magnetic field. Later in the 19th century, John Cleves Sims, a U.S. Army officer, claimed there were vast openings at both poles leading into a habitable inner world. He even petitioned Congress for an expedition. They laughed him out of the room, but over 100 years later, an admiral would take that idea seriously and fly directly into it. Operation Highjump, the Forbidden Expedition. In 1946, just after World War II, the U.S. Navy launched Operation Highjump, a massive mission to Antarctica led by Admiral Richard Byrd. Officially, it was a training exercise in extreme cold. Unofficially, it was the largest military presence ever sent to the South Pole. 4,700 men, 13 ships, and dozens of aircraft. Byrd's private diary, later leaked online, told a different story. He described flying beyond the pole, into a land with green forests, rivers, and creatures he couldn't identify. His words read, "It was warm. The light was golden. I saw a civilization far more advanced than ours." When he returned, his notes disappeared. Operation Highjump was suddenly classified, and Byrd himself never spoke publicly about it again. Modern science, still unsolved today. Modern instruments still find anomalies deep below. Under Siberia lie chambers so vast they could fit cities. In Antarctica, seismic waves bounce through hollow spaces. And beneath Yellowstone, sensors record a rhythmic vibration, too regular to be random. Even NASA satellites detect ultra-low infrasound coming from under the crust, a pulse too steady, too alive to ignore. The ancient testimonies, long before satellites and science. Ancient civilizations told us this same story. The Tibetans called it Shambhala, a paradise under the Himalayas. The Native Americans spoke of ancestors emerging from the lower world. The Vikings believed in a warm realm beneath the ice, home to gods of wisdom and fire. Even Christianity speaks of a world below. Different continents, different centuries, same belief, a parallel ecosystem? If there truly is a world beneath us, what could live there? Scientists admit that more than 80% of Earth's subsurface remains unexplored. Microbes have been discovered thriving miles below, surviving without sunlight, without oxygen, feeding on pure minerals. If life can adapt that far down, could something more complex have evolved long before us? Maybe not aliens, not monsters, but a form of intelligent life that simply never left. Myths or memory, When we hear ancient stories of serpent gods, reptilian kings, and creatures that rise from the ground, we call them myths. But myths are often memories, written in the language of fear. Cave carvings from Asia to Europe show beings with wings and light, emerging from underground tunnels. Mayan glyphs display spirals pointing downward, not toward the sky. So maybe the question isn't, did they believe? Maybe it's, what did they see? The warning. Across history, one message repeats again and again. Do not dig too deep. The Sumerians carved it into stone. The Egyptians built tombs aligned away from the Earth's core. The Mayans sealed their temples with spiral sigils, symbols of descent. Even the Bible warns of the pit that swallows. Maybe these weren't metaphors. Maybe they were records, a memory of something humanity was never meant to disturb. Because what if those ancient doors were sealed? For a reason? The question that remains. Maybe Earth isn't just a planet. Maybe it's a layered system, a living labyrinth of ecosystems, energy, and intelligence. And maybe we, humans, are not its masters, but its guests. We look to the stars to find aliens, but maybe the real mystery was never above us, it was beneath. So tell me, if there truly is a world inside our world, should we keep digging, or should we let the darkness sleep?
Do you really want to know?